Does this save us? That is the question. Oh, I guess it does. Whew. Welcome back to MTG Foretold. Today we are looking at Bant Airbend, which I arranged this a little bit based on some other Bant Airbend decks I've seen, and try to make it a little bit more of a prison deck because the Bant Airbend decks I saw really don't have any reactive plays. Like, yeah, they can plot and exile with Aang and Aven Interrupter, but outside that, they don't have any ways to remove things off the battlefield. So I adjusted a little bit. Not really impressed with the deck, to be quite honest with you, but it's still a pretty fun deck when it pops off. So we're just going to go through in the cards real quick. So I got 3 Land of Royal Elves just for ramp, 2 Get Lost to deal with enchantments because we don't have any way to deal with enchantments otherwise. We have, of course, 4 Badgermaul Cubs, 2 Normalize just to stop any spells that we can't deal with otherwise with the Aven Interrupter and Aang, which happens quite frequently. 4 Doc Arlok, because with him out, we can cast very cheap spells once they're in exile with Reality Fulcrum. And also just like when things are like Airbent, same thing. 3 Aven Interrupters just to, essentially counter spells or just like slow them down just for our tempo so we can try to get ahead. 2 Vassline Scavengers just in case we need to get some stuff back. And it is a 4/4 with Death Touch for 3 mana, which is actually pretty strong otherwise. We have 3 Aang Swiss Savior, or say 4 Aang Swiss Savior. Again, this is just one that we can use to slow down the opponent and also potentially Waterbend for late game. 3 Appa Steadfast Guardian. This is another big spell because you can flash it in. It's 4 mana for 3/4, and you can airbend any number of permanents, non-land permanents when Appa enters, and then when you cast a spell from exile, you create a 1/1 white ally creature token. So you can basically get a bunch of creature tokens and cast your spells like Aang, hopefully, and Aven Interrupter, again, to slow down your opponent more. 4 Reality Fulcrum, this is what the deck is built around because you're casting stuff from exile as well. So really a good way, essentially, for card draw. And with Doc out, it makes spells very cheap. 3 Aang at the Crossroads. We use this as a way to just build up our board on the battlefield, and also because you can airbend him too, you can get that trigger multiple times, as well as when something does leave the battlefield, he transforms to Aang Destined Savior, which is pretty nice as well. And then I also added 2 Mind into Matter because I felt like this was a decent card draw piece. Allows you to draw cards and also get something on the battlefield, so hopefully it ramps you up quicker. And just basic lands. I probably should have added Bossing Say into this deck, honestly. Maybe that's something you would want to do. But the games that we lost, I don't think Bossing Say would have saved us. But yeah, these are just basic lands. We do have 1 Cavern of Souls. We could use it on Ally or Bear or Cub, whatever fits at the time. But yeah, this is the deck. This is what I decided to go with. I tried some games before changing it to like a more prison style, and I was not impressed even more so. It was a very low win rate. This was better, but it still wasn't great. But we'll get into the games. We'll talk more about the deck after. And let's get into it. Alright, this looks like a decent hand. We can cast Aven Interrupter next turn, as long as the elf doesn't die. That'd be nice. Alright. Yeah, we have Appa, nice. Pretty good. Oh boy, okay, well, that is not actually going to affect me. I think that does not work against Aven Interrupter. Yeah, because it's an airbend, nothing else. I guess we can attack. Doesn't really matter at this point. You know what? Let's actually stop that. Slow the pace a bit. Does he cast it again? Sure does. Okay, then we have Aang at the crossroads, but then we won't be able to cast the other Aang in our hand, right? That's a little risky, but I may not have a choice. Let's see, we got 3, we have 6 mana and then 7. That would be enough to cast both, so I think that's what we do. And then we will airbend everything. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, I guess we wait, huh? I mean, he could very well have Kona in his hand, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna wait. He can do his stuff now. That's fine. We will have lethal once we get another Aven Interrupter down. He does not attack. Well, then we will just get it down, because this will be lethal. Does he have anything? He's deciding on something. Does he have anything? I mean, he's got blue and green. What can Simic do? I guess he can into them all. Looks like he's deciding. Really deciding. Okay. Actually. Can I actually... I'm gonna test this and see what happens. I mean, I think it's just lethal anyway at this point. So it doesn't really matter. Alright, well, that was good. Yeah, this is a decent hand. We'll keep it. We got Doc Arlock out. You can start casting stuff really cheap from Reality Fulcrum as long as he's not killed. And as we know, this is going to be a Sephiroth deck, probably. Yep, alright. Let's start checking what we can do here. And now, because as Emerald Collar, we can be here all day. Alright, we'll take that. We could, couldn't we? We could actually get what? That is 1, 2... Alright, we could do a 3, I think, if we want to. Might as well, right? Might as well. Let's get Vaseline Scavenger down. We will hold. At least we have Get Lost. We can get rid of Sephiroth if he casts it. Oh. Servandum, okay. Let's see. I think we cast another... Let's see what we got here. Got a good old Aang here, okay. I mean, I don't think there's a point in us hard casting that. We can't cast anything, we don't have any white. I think we hold and see what he does. Actually, I might just go in with the Vaseline Scavenger. Alright, lets me hit. Cool. Now we got a cheap Aang. We've got all of our fulcrums, so yeah, we can cast a lot of cheap stuff. He does not do anything. Okay. What do I want to do here? Do I want to just let Doc sacrifice himself? We got a lot of mana right now. He's probably got another Umbral Collar Zella, I assume. Or he's going to do a board wipe. No, he wouldn't do it. If he was going to do a board wipe, he would attack with everything. Sephiroth, okay. No. Gonna have to say no to that one. And then we can at least... Let's see here. We can do Aven Interrupter. I'm gonna hard cast this so we can have the mana for that. No. I want to cast these two. Alright, cool. Want to keep Aven Interrupter open. That's for sure. Okay, that's unfortunate. Now the question is... we could, in fact, activate him. That's interesting. Let's attack and see what he does. Yeah, I'm gonna just go wait because it'll cost him 4 mana to cast Sephiroth again. So that's exactly what we want. Oh wait, no, cast 2, okay, well, I thought it was gonna stack. Well, he gave up anyway, that's fine. Well, we don't have all of our engines, but it's not a terrible hand either. Let's just hope we draw into some stuff. Oh boy. And it's gonna be this kind of shenanigans, great. Yeah, we don't have anything to stop graveyard stuff from happening, but it looks like it's an elemental version. Let us hold. We'll just Aven Interrupter and just try to stop it as much as we can. Alright, we got another one, that's cool. We shall take it. That's fine. Let's see what else he does. That's fine. We need to finish this game well before they get on the battlefield. Let's see, that's 5 mana. Yeah, it wouldn't really matter. Well, actually it would. Because we can do Vassalin Scavenger. Also, is that a bug? Didn't he do Evoke? Why is he on the battlefield for 2 mana? That's... what? I think we just ran into a bug. Like, I'm not going crazy, right? He only used 2 mana. How did he cast something for 5 mana and stay on the battlefield? That does not seem right. Is it because... is that how it really works with airbending and plotting? That's so stupid. Like, oh... he can cast for Evoke and he just gets the... what? That's crazy, but okay. That is a little bit crazy. And he'll just do it again. If I were to do that. Well, it would go down to 4 mana, but yeah. Okay. Let me just get rid of this. We can get back something anyway. Yeah, kind of crazy though that basically plotting is actually really bad. Pretty freaking sad, honestly. We don't have enough mana to cast anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I guess we go for Appa. So, just for future reference, if you airbend or plot an elemental, you help them cheat it out. That's great to know. It's crazy. I don't see us winning this unless something, a miracle happens. He probably has Kavero though. Like, that just really messed my brain up there. Doesn't look like he's gotten Kavero yet. Which works for me. I assume he has Kavero now. No, he says not have Kavero. Interesting. Oh, now he's gonna get Kavero. And he'll have enough mana to cast it even with Aven Interrupter out, unfortunately. Unless we get a really good top deck, like another Ang or something, or another Aven Interrupter, I don't think we're going to be winning this. Reality Fulcrum. That's interesting. We actually don't have much of a choice but to do this. Doc Arlock, okay. Well, that is a card. Is that gonna do anything? I don't think it does. And he's just gonna be able to get Kavero out and then cast it again anyway. So that's kind of pointless. But, you know what? It is what it is. Yeah, that elemental thing just really messed me up. Could have slowed his roll just a little bit if it wasn't for that. Okay. Sure. That was actually a mistake. He could have just obviously cast Kavero. I don't... Maybe he thinks I have something in my hand to plot again. Now the question is, would this be enough damage? I don't think so. And I don't have enough mana to actually, like, cast anything, right? Let's see. 8 mana if I hard cast that. Actually, that would be enough mana to cast something then, huh? Let us get this out then. Oh my god. That's actually really bad. I think we just go with everything and hope for the best. I don't think we're winning this though. Alright. Should be interesting. Well, we have some stuff to do, so let's keep it. Super Shredder, alright. Sure, why not? Alright. I guess we just get Aang down. We'll take that. Bounce the Super Shredder. Alright. I have 4 mana. Wait, no, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, 6 mana if I... So I can, in fact, cast this, right? Yep, and then I can still cast Normalize. We'll take that. Good thing for Rally Fulcrum would be getting land flooded. Now, what's he gonna do? He's a thinking. Do we care about that? I guess not. Kind of weird he has a Super Shredder yet it's a Landfall deck. If I cast that, that uses all my mana, right? Yeah. He's got 4 mana right now. I'm waiting for him to cast something big so I can actually use Normalize. That's a big one. And then, yeah, that would have been endgame. Decent. We have Doc Arlock. Okay, I mean, we wish we had some more ramp spells, but we'll take it. We do have a play every turn except turn 1, but at least we're on the play, so. And it's going to be an aggro deck, okay. Do I hold? He's just going to kill us, right? Oh, we'll see what he does. Might be a mono-red aggro creature deck rather than spells, but we'll see. If he has Lightning Strike, then it's dead. Shelter by Ghosts. Huh. Okay. That's a spell, I guess. Sure. That is a spell. Let's hold. I'm just going to block with Aven Interrupter, probably. Actually, hold on a second. Let's see what he does. Unfortunately, I think I will have to sacrifice my Aven Interrupter anyway. Let's get rid of that. Alright, cool. We're gonna hardcast this and see what we get. Wow. We get lands. That's fun. That's great. Okay. Yeah, I'll block. Might as well, otherwise I'd be dead anyway. Probably dead anyway, because we need to actually get some... Wow, really? Jeez. You kidding me? That's all I've gotten are lands right now. My god. Like, what? We've gotten... Jeez. Crazy. Wow. Amazing. Well, might as well go for it and see what we can get. We're dead anyway. Jesus. Well, at least we have that. We have Appa, but... We'll see. We can do a Normalize. Might as well airbend them. Okay, things are happening, maybe. Vastland Scavenger. You know what? Let's do Rally Fulcrum again. I mean, might as well just do all of them, right? At this point. Okay, well, if we do Vastlands, yeah, we can still cast Cub and... Okay, that's fine. I have a No More Lies. So if he has a burn spell, we can at least stop one burn spell. Does this save us? That is the question. Oh, I guess it does. Whew, that was a close one. This is not a bad hand. We have the Cub. We have the Ang. We have the Appa. We have stuff. And it's going to be a quick deck, so we definitely need to move as fast. Oh. Honestly, might just cast all the Badger Mole Cubs because they're going to be really nasty. Counterspell? Spell Snare? That's something. Does not have anything. Interesting. Huh. Okay. I was not expecting that. That's fine. That is A-OK with me. Guess I just keep spamming my Cubs. Might as well. Might as well smack in for one. Ain't got nothing to lose. I am really confused. I thought this was going to be like a really fast deck. He has all the fast cards, but all of a sudden he's like casting really slow. I'm not really sure what's going on, honestly. I think I just wait. If he decides to kill my lands, that's fine. Well, he's got something. He's got that splatter card or whatever it's called. I thought this was Izzet Prowess, but it seems like it's not. I'm not really sure what's going on. Sure, you can cast your Opt. Come on. Oh, there we go. That's what we wanted to see. These shenanigans, of course. Okay. Are they just gonna untap? I'm confused. Dark Orlok. Don't think that does anything for us. Now, what we could do... I think we do Appa. I think we just block. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I kind of messed this up, but I would actually think I'd prefer Do I really want to airbend? I guess I do. That's fine. You might have a way to kill Appa, that's fine too. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you can kill Appa. Yeah, I kind of played that a little bad. It is what it is. Actually, let's cast Doc Arlock, because that's free to cast Aang. Does it really matter if I do that? Well, I guess it will stop him from at least attacking a little bit. So we'll just bounce the Hearth Elemental. Yeah, I never do good against these elemental decks. Like, these flash elementals is rough. Very rough to deal with. And I'm already dead anyway. Crazy. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I think I was probably sitting around a 50-ish% win rate overall. There's a few games I didn't put in the video that it was quick losses. I think the issues with this deck mainly are it's not fast enough to deal with aggro decks. I think it's probably best against like mid-range decks maybe, but anything that has like a lot of tempo, this deck can get out-tempoed pretty easily. I'm not sure what changes I would make to kind of make it better. Maybe you guys have some ideas of what would work in the deck. And I did want to, try at least a couple new cards from Seekers of Strixhaven. And I do think they are decent, but we really didn't see Mind into Matter really at all much. I think except maybe once, if that. So I didn't see that card much. And I feel like we're just getting a lot of lands too, which is weird. Which we're 24, so it's not like we're, over the 24 mark. It's not like we have 25, 26 lands, but we're just getting a lot of lands, I feel like, in a lot of the games. And then, of course, there's, the game where you wouldn't get any lands, but, I probably would not keep Urban Retreat in here. At first, I thought I would like it. However, I don't know. I never really used the ability. I mean, it still costs 2 mana, so it's not like it was free. If it was a free card, then that's pretty sweet, but I don't know. Maybe I would change this to something else. But I think overall, I wouldn't really change too much from my version, just because I do think you need ways to answer on their board. Maybe I would even put more Get Lost in here. I'm not sure. And maybe just get rid of Mind to Matter. I just feel like it needs more things to be able to deal with enchantment decks, especially. I don't think we want a board wipe, essentially. And yeah, you could put an Avatar's Wrath in here if you're dealing with having issues with, creature decks, but I don't think that was typically our issue, except, the Elementals. But then the Elementals would just basically be cast for free, so it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like a weird thing. And then we learned that apparently things like Wistfulness, Deceit, etc., if you exile them with Aang or Ava Interrupter, they just get a free creature, essentially. Just cast it for 2 and they get it on the board and it stays on the board, which I don't know if that's the correct interaction. That's bizarre to me, because I thought if they evoke, no matter where it's from, they wouldn't be able to keep it on board. So now it makes me think about trying Reality Fulcrum with an Elementals deck and seeing if we can cheat things out. But I don't know. I don't know if it was a glitch or something. But yeah, other than that, the deck is fun. I think there is potential. It's not something that I would gravitate towards if I'm trying to climb, though. Because it didn't perform that amazing. Especially the games are kind of drawn out due to the style of the deck. So you may win some, you may lose some. But I'll have a link in the description for my version below at Moxfield as usual. And I will see you in the next video.